next on All Access.
Welcome to camp.
Well, they knew this day was coming, and now it's arrived. Patriots Training Camp 2022. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Patriots All Access, presented by GEICO. I'm Steve Burton. The Patriots have 83 players on their roster for training camp. Yes, football is back, and the Pats have a little less than 2 weeks to get ready for their first preseason game. Dan Roach checks in as training camp kicks off right here in Foxborough.
The end of July means only one thing for those in the NFL world: training camp and the start of a new season.
Yeah, you almost feel like a kid going back to school after summer vacation.
Man, it's always like a family reunion first day.
One boost for the players who have endured off-season workouts and minicamp: the return of fans to the stands.
Fans really active, really loud. I just want to be involved and get them excited for the year.
For many of these players, it's year 2 as a Patriot.
You kind of know walking around where things are. You're not trying to figure those things out, just the simple things behind the scenes. You know, it's a little more comfortable being with the same guys in a way, but at the same time, we're still just trying to continue to build.
One second-year player that all eyes will be on is quarterback Mac Jones, who looks to build upon an encouraging rookie campaign while injecting his own personality.
I always think football is fun, and it always will be, but it's all about competing and winning is the most important thing.
With the departure of Josh McDaniels to Vegas, Bill Belichick has installed an up-tempo offense.
Coach Belichick's done a great job kind of explaining exactly what we want to do as an offense, and Matty P's seen so many different defenses along with Coach Belichick, so it's like they combine their knowledge of how to attack the defense, and that's something that's really stood out to me.
I thought it was fascinating to hear Mac Jones say basically he's relishing the opportunity to work with defensive minds, brilliant defensive minds in Bill Belichick and Matt Patricia. So, Steve, he's embracing it. The whole thing may be overblown a bit here because I think he's ready to take that step with these coaches.
Well, that was my question. Is it overblown?
I think it definitely is. I think he's taking all the knowledge he can, and as they say, coaches coach, players play.
And you report.
And you anchor.
We'll be back with more Patriots All Access right after this.
Coming up, we chat with head coach Bill Belichick, beginning his 48th training camp in the National Football League.
Remember it like it was yesterday. I needed it, I learned a lot, and it was a great opportunity for me.
And later, Canton is calling for former Patriot Richard Seymour.
It's a tremendous honor, and it's the elite of the elite.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Bank of America, official bank of the New England Patriots. By Putnam Investments and the New England Patriots, proud partners committed to an active game plan on the field and off. And by Pepsi. That's what I like. Pepsi, official soft drink of the New England Patriots.
I'm Lauren Spencer with your first Patriots social media minute of the 2022 season. Football is back. Patriots players returned to the field this week as training camp kicked off in Foxborough, and there was plenty of excitement on social media leading in. Summer vacation may be over in the football world, but some highlights from the time away included a trip to Italy for Devon Godchow, a new puppy for Damian Harris, and a spin around the track as the official pace car driver at New Hampshire Motor Speedway for David Andrews. There's still a few weeks before the Patriots hit the road for the first time this season, so while the team plane wasn't yet in use for American football, last week FC Barcelona took it for a ride. The La Liga football powerhouse flew Patriot style from Miami to Las Vegas as part of their preseason tour of the U.S. That's all for our latest Patriots Social Media Minute. I'm Lauren Spencer.
Welcome back to Patriots All Access from training camp, and the big guy joins me now, Coach Belichick. Coach, it's great seeing you. I know you're excited for another year of football here, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to be out here, and you had a lot of good energy on the field today. Long way to go, but we took one step today, and just got to keep putting one foot in front of the other.
I heard you talk earlier in the week and sort of the easing into camp. Can you explain to fans sort of this type of phasing, this type of practice that you guys just had? It's sort of the buildup that you're going to have for the next week.
Yeah, well, basically the way the rules are is that this week is, essentially an OTA week with a little bit longer meeting times. But practice-wise, it's like OTA, so that's what it is. Then next week we'll move into pads and, work more on the running game and a little more combative on the line of scrimmage.
Last year you drafted a rookie quarterback, Mac Jones. He competed last year. Different situation for him from a year ago to now. What do you see as the biggest difference in him from last year to this point right now?
Well, just that year of experience means a lot, both knowing our offense and what we do, and also knowing more about what defenses do and how they adjust, and what defensive personnel as well. So, it's on both sides of the ball.
Linebacker. A lot of guys played for you last year, a lot of snaps. Those guys aren't here right now, but we know we got Bentley there in the middle and a bunch of new guys, or guys that have been in the program. How excited are you to see those guys take advantage of the opportunities they're going to have?
Yeah, I mean, excited to see him play. Of course, Juwan played a lot for us last year. McMillan would have played a lot, but he was injured in training camp last year, and then we traded for Mac Wilson. And so, with McGrone and Lange, and, we have good depth there, and we'll see how it all plays out.
I want to jump ahead 1 week. Richard Seymour is going to get inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. How proud are you that Canton finally called on him?
Yeah, I think, Richard obviously had a lot to do with our success here when he was here, those 3 Super Bowl championships, and great player, outstanding leader, really a quality person, and very, very happy for him.
48th year for you coaching football, 48th training camp. Anything you recall from that first one that sticks out in your mind?
Remember it like it was yesterday.
Remember, the food may have changed a little bit better food, right?
I don't know. We were pretty good there in Baltimore, but went to camp July 5th and opened the season September 28th. So it was 2.5 months of camp, but it was good. I needed it. I learned a lot, and it was a great opportunity for me.
All right, Coach, I'm excited to be here. It's the most important time of year for me. It's the most exciting time of year. Good luck the rest of training camp. Go get them.
All right, thanks, Zoe. Appreciate it.
There you go. There's your head coach. More Patriots All Access. We'll return from training camp right after this.
This player profile is brought to you by Pepsi.
Welcome back to Patriots All Access, presented by GEICO. Next Saturday will be a big day as Richard Seymour takes his rightful place in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We spend some time with Seymour and those closest to him as he prepares for the honor of a lifetime.
Football was really big in our family. I didn't play when I was younger because I was too big to play with kids my age. So long story short, I didn't end up playing until high school. And I told the story when I got inducted into the Patriots Hall of Fame.
My mom, she took me to my first football tryout. The first kid that I saw, he had a beard. I'm just looking at her like, nah, I'm not going.
I said, oh yeah, you getting out the car today because this is what you wanted to do. You are going and you are gonna play.
I still tease her about that to this day. But believe it or not, I knew I was destined to do it.
Congratulations. Oh, thank you.
Going to be hit, going to be sacked. Richard Seymour.
Because I had the passion, I had the love, thought I had the ability. I didn't know where I compared to other guys that played my position, but I knew I had the passion and the drive.
42 years ago, when he was just a baby, I had told you that all of these things were going to happen. What would you have said when he was just a year old?
Oh, I would say, no way this is gonna happen because of Richard's legs. He had to wear orthopedic shoes for a long time. It was just not in the cards for him to play any type of sports, so the doctor said. But Richard overcame it and became a great football player.
I think I can look back and reflect now, because as a player, you never look back.
Back to throw. Here's the rush. He's hit and he's going to be sacked. Richard Seymour all in on the sack.
And trust me, the Hall of Fame is great, but it's not something that I can control.
There's nobody like Richard Seymour. There's no, well, this guy's like Seymour. No, he's not like Richard Seymour. And they just don't come along. They're a generational type player.
People who are around you every day, right? Like, what do they say about you? Those are the real things that I embrace, feel validated by.
Come on, let's go.
I was legitimately surprised when I saw him.
Oh, man. You know why I'm here. Hey, it's my honor and my privilege.
It made it extra special. But Ty was the one to come and knock on the door, and, we had a journey together.
I was just out of my wits that particular day. It was just, I was jumping for joy. I think I may have been more excited than Richard was. Everybody was happy.
So all my life I've known Richard, really. My friend that I've been raised up with around here, I know somebody that actually went to the Hall of Fame. Being that close, it was a good experience, and I was very happy for him and his family.
When a student like Richard comes back and say, I'll never forget what you did for me when I was in school and what you've done for me, I want you to present that. You don't know how that made me feel. I went home and told my wife, I said, it's almost like your life worth living.
It's a tremendous honor. And, it's the elite of the elite. And so like, I'm honored to stand alongside the greats of the game. I know I'm the one going in Canton, but, it's so many people that have done so much for me. And it's really for them.
Well, joining me now is Patriots star Deatrich Wise Jr. And it's good to see. First of all, you're sweating.
Yes.
How's it feel to be back?
Man, it feels awesome to be back. We're finally out here playing ball in the helmets, little things on our head. We're looking good out there. We're feeling great. And I'm just looking forward to a wonderful day tomorrow.
How confident is this football team?
Well, today was a good day. So I believe it let everybody believe where they were, rooms of improvement, and also it shows people that, with all the hard work we did, it's paying off now.
This is your 6th training camp.
Yes, it is.
So you're learning as you go. What is the significance of training camp to you?
It's about repetition, honestly. The more repetition you have, the more the ability and the more capability you have on the field. Honestly, my dad always said the repetition is the father of learning. So if you're able to rep something over and over and over again, you master a skill. So when it's time to show out on the lights, you can do it.
Is this defense coming together?
It's only the first day. But I say today was a good step forward.
Patriots as a team, do you guys feel like you're under the radar?
I don't really believe in all the hype, all the who's this, who's that. We show our stuff on the field. So whatever anybody says, they can talk. I believe the actions speak way louder than words.
Before I let you go, one last thing. What's the one thing you want to take out of training camp?
Great question. I would like to say the one thing I want to take out of training camp is pretty much building the chemistry with my teammates so that we're all clicking on all cylinders going into preseason and going into the season.
Good luck. Stay healthy.
Thank you very much.
Deatrich Wise Jr., I guess. We'll be back with more Patriots All Access right after this.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Bank of America, official bank of the New England Patriots. By Putnam Investments and the New England Patriots, proud partners committed to an active game plan on the field and off. And by Pepsi. That's what I like. Pepsi, official soft drink of the New England Patriots.
Earlier this month, the Pro Football Hall of Fame announced 12 finalists for their seniors, coaches, and contributors category for the class of 2023. Bucko Kilroy advanced in the contributors category, as did Patriots owner Robert Kraft. As most Patriots fans know, his candidacy speaks for itself. After saving the franchise from a likely move out of town, during Kraft's 28 years of ownership, his Patriots have won 6 Lombardi trophies, made 10 Super Bowl appearances, and have the highest winning percentage in all of professional sports.
Oh, it's a beautiful day for football. Welcome back to Patriots All Access, presented by GEICO. Time now for our panel discussions with Mike Reese and Paul Perillo. First impressions of training camp. I was impressed. Your thoughts?
Well, for me, it's always sort of the newness and the excitement that comes, with the opening of training camp. And to me, that was manifested with the wide receivers, Mike. I thought there was a lot of energy that they brought. Kendrick Bourne specifically, Devontae Parker, new guys sort of getting the crowd involved. I thought they turned up the competition level against the defense. I think the defense responded at times, but to me, it was the overall energy level.
Paul, you mentioned the crowd. That's really what I would actually focus on before we get to the field. I was curious what it was going to be like. Camp opening on a Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. Gates opened at 8 in the morning, and I'm looking around and I'm thinking, this is sort of filling in slowly.
Yeah.
By the time practice started, this place was lit. I thought there was great energy. The buzz was back.
Bill Belichick talked about the dramatic improvement of Mac Jones. I saw Mac improve today. I saw him.
Yeah,
he looked good to me.
And it was interesting to hear Bill talk like that.
But
right?
yeah, were you guys surprised about that?
Yeah, well, not. Here's the thing. I think Bill's a really smart guy, Mike. And what has he been hearing the entire offseason is about this team's lacking weapons. They don't have any direction on offense. Who's calling the plays? The defense has lost a lot. How is this team going to succeed? Yeah. And I think Bill notices that, and he says, hey, you know what? We have a lot of players that can play here, too. I'm going to tell you about some of them today. One of them is Mac Jones. We feel good about our quarterback, sort of like letting everybody know, I got your back.
It's an interesting theory as to why Bill would say it. To answer your question, Steve, it did surprise me. I was expecting him to say every second-year player, is in the same category. This is the year they make a big jump. He didn't do it. He sort of singled out Mac, propped him up. I thought the crowd at camp did too. I mean, this was a love affair. I was seeing signs for Mac Jones when he ran out second player on the field. Again, the energy level the crowd was bringing in.
Give me a player that fans should look at who you think is going to pop.
I'm going to go with a new guy, because I think most of the fans, are well aware of the guys that have been around. Marcus Jones is a guy, Mike, that I'm sort of intrigued by his skill set. I saw him returning some punts on the first day, and just the overall athleticism, a lot of new speed to this roster. I think he's a guy to sort of keep an eye on.
Third-round pick out of Houston.
Right.
Good choice. I'm going on the other side of the ball to what you said, Paul. Devontae Parker, first day of training camp, they're working in the red zone. So he's a big-bodied receiver, and I thought he made some tight window catches that showed up to me. Look, they're not in pads yet.
Right.
There's a long way to go. But I thought Devontae Parker, if you came down to the first couple days of training camp, that's a player you walk out thinking, he could have a good year.
We've been spoiled around here. In years past, it's been Super Bowl or bust. The expectations have been sky high, right? What should we expect out of this football team this year?
Yeah, I don't know if Super Bowl or bust is fair, but can we compete for a playoff spot? I think being in competition for one of the wild card spots, keep you kind of like last year. Find a way to win 8, 9, 10 games and then see what happens at the end. But I think it's rational to expect them to be in the hunt.
I think that's fair. Look, the Bills are clearly the class of the division. The last 2 times the Patriots played them, they couldn't make them punt. We saw the level of execution of teams like the Chiefs, the Bengals, the Bills in the playoffs. Patriots aren't there yet. Can they get there? It's possible. That's what I would say, Steve. When you talk about expectations, no one was talking about the Bengals as a Super Bowl team at this point last year. So why not the Patriots? Let's see what happens.
I love it. Training camp.
That's where it all starts.
That's where it all starts. This is where it all ends. That'll do it for this edition of Patriots All Access. For Mike Reese and Paul Perillo, I'm Steve Burton. Have a great week, everybody. See you later.